Hello everyone, I just wanted to film a quick comparison of the movie versus the book for the Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I love both, so I would obviously give both of them 5 stars. And yes, there's more of the comparisons than what I'm mentioning, but I just wanted to film the ones that I noted for sure. And we'll start with the book for the most part. In the book, the opening scene is when Mr. Dursley leaves for work and sees a cat reading a map and then a sign, and on his commute, he noticed several people in cloaks. And at lunch, he left his office and overheard people talking about the Potters and his son Harry. And then later on, Harry was supposed to go to Mrs. Figg's house, but she broke his leg, so that's how he had to go to the zoo, because they didn't trust him alone in the house or sitting in the car. And also Dudley's friend came to the zoo too. And in the book, the glass vanished in the snake, by the snake, but it didn't actually, like, in the movie, Dudley was on the other side, but that didn't happen in the book. And in the book, Hagrid does tell Harry more about Voldemort than what's mentioned in the movie, I believe. And Harry also met Malfoy in Diagon Alley when he was being fitted for the robes, which we did not see in the movie. Hagrid and Harry went in the owlery together, as well as Ollivanders. And then Harry went back to the Dursleys until September 1st, which did not happen in the movie. I don't know. And then there's one interaction with the Weasleys by the platform 9 3/4. And once they were on the Hogwarts Express, Neville came by them in the compartment twice, which was not shown in the movies. And then once they were at Hogwarts, the Sorting Hat went alphabetically through the names instead of just a few at random as they showed in the movie. They totally took out Peeves, the mischievous ghost from Hogwarts. And they did not sing the Hogwarts song at the feast, which they sang it in the Prisoner of Azkaban movie, but not before that. And I feel like that's a key thing they took out. Another thing that I found fascinating is that they did not include the dreams. I mean, I know it's kind of hard to depict dreams in movies, but Harry dreamt of a flying motorcycle. And then at school, he dreamt of a talking turban. So that goes to kind of show you that that's important. He was picking up on stuff already. And then one thing that wasn't shown is that Hagrid invited Harry to tea and Ron came along. And they took out a lot of the actual classes in the book, which I wish they would have included more. I know they had to cut down things, but that would have been nice. And at one point, Malfoy challenged Harry to a duel at midnight, and then Ron was the second. Hermione tried to stop him, but was locked out. And Neville was outside the door sleeping because he forgot the new password. So Malfoy didn't show up, but he tipped off Filch. And that was when they saw the 3-headed dog. And in the movie, the scene with the troll made Ron look kind of helpless and Hermione helpful, but in the book, Hermione froze with terror and Ron tried helping as much as he could. And what I've seen in the first 2 books already, they kind of depict Ron as not as smart and more comedic, but he's actually intelligent. And at Christmas, Ron's 3 brothers were there too, and there was a Christmas feast. And all the boys had a great day, and there was a snowball fight and teasing, and I wish we could have seen that in the movie. And later on, in the mirror, Harry saw more than just his parents. He saw, like, their ancestry, more than their family. And unfortunately, in the book, there was more than Quidditch, and more than Snape being unfair. And the interesting thing is, when it came to the detention, it was actually Harry and Hermione got detention from sneaking Norman up to the tower to leave with Chun-Li's friends. And Ron was in the hospital wing since Norman had been earlier in the week when he was helping Hagrid feed him. And Draco was trying to bust him, and Neville was trying to warn them about Draco knowing and got caught. So it was actually Neville. Don't mind my cat, sorry. It was actually Neville instead of Ron in detention. And once they were in the Forbidden Forest for the detention, it was more than Centaurs, Bane and Ronan. And one thing I found interesting at the end of the book, that part of the challenge, which I always forget. I mean, I watch the movies religiously. I buy so many backup copies because I watch them so much. But the books, I've read multiple times too, but not like every year or multiple times a year. So I forgot that when they were trying to get past Fluffy and get to the end to catch who was the bad guy, there was also a potions part, which was past the chess game. And there were 7 bottles of potion, and Hermione and Harry encountered them. And another thing I found interesting was the book ends at King's Cross, with Uncle Ben and Aunt Petunia and Dudley are there, as well as the Weasleys, and Harry and Ron get to meet them. There's so many things I love about the movie, though. The way they bring things to life, like the cards. My cat's really not helping. The letters at the beginning, and then the whole Diagon Alley, I would just love to live there, or visit there. I especially liked the whole scene with Ollivander's wand shop and Quidditch. So then you have my quick, or not so quick, comparison between the movie and the book. And another one will be coming out from the Chamber of Secrets soon. Thanks for watching and have a great day.